Most people, when given the opportunity, will choose to live in fantasy rather than living in the real world because the real world is hard. It's difficult, it's painful, it's frustrating, and it doesn't end in the results that you typically want it to end with. And so, whether that's alcohol, drugs, toxic relationships, we tend to live in these fantasy worlds rather than the real one. And technology may give us opportunities to do that can cripple our mental health. I feel like it's been everywhere, but maybe if you've been living under a rock, let me bring you up to speed on the current state of affairs. Google has introduced Gemini, which is a new artificial intelligence model that's supposed to beat all of the other ones. All the benchmark scores are better than ChatGPT 4. And what's surprising to me is that when you look at some of these benchmark scores and you take a look at the Gemini project, you can see here is the score for human experts, 89.8%, like perfection success rate. And then you've got Gemini, 90%. So this kind of marks the first time that Gemini, an AI model, is beating humans at the ability to be human, at the ability to organize difficult tasks. And they're talking here about MMLU, which is massive multitask language understanding. Computers are getting better at understanding language than humans are, which we knew was coming, but I didn't know it was going to happen this fast. What does this mean for you? And based on my experience as a licensed mental health counselor, what do I worry about the most as we enter into this new era of technology? Now, listen, I'm not one of those doom and gloom kind of people. I think that history repeats itself, and I see that just in my clients, and I see that as I look at history, and I see that as I look at psychology. The same human problems are always taking place inside of history. We just have new tools to work with those human problems. We always struggle with conflict. We always struggle with understanding ourselves. We always struggle with being mentally healthy. It's just cell phones are a new way to struggle with being mentally healthy. But back in the day, maybe it was playing with sticks and rocks too much was the problem. Addiction has always been around, right? Relationship problems have always been around. It's just the flavor changes with the times. Human beings are pretty consistent in the problems that they make. But how are you going to struggle with this new AI stuff? So let's take a look. We're going to be reacting today to the video that was released of what its current capabilities are, and I'm going to tell you my fears as a licensed mental health counselor. We've been testing the capabilities of Gemini. We've been capturing footage to test it on a wide range of challenges, showing a series of images and asking it to reason about what it sees. This video highlights some of our favorite interactions with Gemini.
All right, testing Gemini.
Maybe
Here
some
we
of the
go.
most terrifying.
Tell me what you see.
I see you placing a piece of paper on the table. I see a squiggly line.
I'm going to actually move myself up here so you can read the words that will be below me. So let's get into it.
Tell me what you see.
I see you placing a piece of paper on the table. I see a squiggly line.
What about now?
What's wild about this is it's responding in real time to a visual image. We're not typing in inputs anymore. It's just observing life. Wild.
The contour lines are smooth and flowing, with no sharp angles or jagged edges. It looks like a bird to me.
What if I add this?
It's hard to do.
The bird is swimming in the water. It has a long neck and beak. It is a duck.
Yes.
A duck is a type of waterfowl in the family Anatidae. Ducks are closely related to geese and swans. The duck appears to be blue. This is not a common color for ducks.
Wow.
However, there are some breeds of blue ducks. These are typically not as common as other duck breeds. It is more common for ducks to be brown, black, or white.
Are you sure?
What the quack? I was just talking about a blue duck, and
How does it know to use humor? What the quack? Like, you first have to know that the appropriate phrase is what the fuck, and then you switch fuck for quack because of duck. That's complicated. That's complicated. I mean, children don't know to do that sometimes, right? It's just like, wild.
now you're holding one. It looks like blue ducks are more common than I thought.
Would this float?
I'm not sure what material it's made of, but it looks like it might be rubber or plastic.
What if I tell you it's making a squeaking sound?
Oh, if it's squeaking, it's definitely going to float.
Nice.
It is a rubber duck. It is made of a material that is less dense than water.
That's wild that it can make that reasoning. Just, again, visual images. There's no like, I'm not typing in inputs here. This is just observing things.
Can you teach me how to say this in a different language? And give me a few options. Ooh, can you explain how to pronounce the Mandarin one? Is it Yazi?
鸭子
is pronounced with a first tone. In Mandarin, there are 4 tones, which are essential to distinguish the meaning of words. The first tone is a high-level tone.
Oh, okay.
The duck is in the middle of the ocean. There is no land nearby for the duck to rest or find food. It is unlikely to find ducks here naturally.
Here's what's interesting to me, right? That's pretty complex to be able to figure out. Like, imagine applying this to a conversation, right? Or imagine applying this to mental health. I've always said, like, we will be able to use artificial intelligence to perform therapy tasks at scale. This is going to bring down the cost of mental health therapy. I don't think it will replace therapists because you still need that human touch, but for like the everyday checking up on your mental health, needing to text and like get your thoughts outside of your head, it'll probably be able to do that. I mean, typically you meet with your counselor like once a week, right? It's the most common. Imagine if you could text your AI counselor every day to process your day, and then you check in with your waking life, real life, actual therapist, human therapist once a week. So it would increase like the amount of contact you can have. And I think it would do that pretty well for like the everyday, just like, hey, talk me through my panic attack right now, right? I think you're going to see that.
Okay, based on what you see, come up with a game idea.
And to add to it, being able to reason complexly like that, I mean, you could see like the duck is going to be sad because it can't find food and it can't find a mate. It's going to be able to do that with us humans. Oh, well, you're in a shitty work environment, so of course you're stressed and frustrated. Maybe go outside, drink some water, take a deep breath. I mean, it wouldn't be that hard to do that, especially if it's doing it at this level, right? It's going to be able to do it with psychology.
Oh, and use emojis, please.
How about this? We can play a game called Guess the Country.
Sure, let's do it.
Clue 1. This country is the home of the kangaroo.
Why is that timer immediately stressing me out? I was like, okay, Gemini, I don't need you to put a timer on me. That is stressing me out.
The country.
Sure, let's do it.
Clue 1. This country is the home of the kangaroo, the koala, and the Great Barrier Reef.
Oh, that's easy.
Clue 2. This
Emojis.
country loves football and has won the most men's World Cups in football history.
Wow. You don't even have to say it. It's not even saying it out loud. It's observing and then pointing. Think about this, right? Think about this. You pop on for a virtual therapy session with an artificial intelligence therapist, and it's observing your facial features. If you lie to the AI will probably be better at detecting your lies and deception about like not telling the truth about whether you're sad or frustrated or even suicidal, right? Better than a therapist probably will, because it's able to analyze more information than a therapist can. Now, I mean, no, I'm going to stand by that. Like, I think at a certain point, AI will be a better lie detector than humans are, because we can kind of succumb to emotions, right? AI is totally neutral and objective. It's able to take in all those data points, what you're saying, what you're feeling, increase, flush to the cheeks. It can watch your neck for your heart rate and watch all these things. Like, you're going to be surprised how accurate AI is going to be. I'm telling you. We haven't even gotten to the scary part yet. I've got some things that I've really been thinking about that I want to share with you, but you just have to see the capability of this new model.
You are trying to get me to find the paper ball under the cup. I accept the
Pretty
challenge.
intuitive.
The cup to the left.
Nice.
I know what you're doing. You're playing rock, paper, scissors.
What do you see now?
The fingers are spread out to look like the wings of a butterfly.
What's this?
Big ear and barking mouth. A dog.
Sweet.
the hell?
The coin should be under the right hand.
I don't know.
The coin is in the left hand, using a sleight of hand technique to make it appear as if the coin has
You can do
disappeared.
magic tricks? No.
Both objects are round and flat.
There you go.
Both are food. The orange is a healthier choice than the cookie.
The cup of water is a healthier choice than your iced coffee. That will probably make you have an anxiety attack. Thanks, Gemini therapy.
Citrus can be calming, and so can the spin of the fidget toy.
See, I just told you. I was like, take a bite of a lemon. It'll help stop your panic attack. It's going to know this stuff, man. Like you're going to see AI therapy. I don't see any way around it. I think you'll still have oversight from a licensed counselor, but I mean, this is going to make it so much more accessible. I mean, you have to pay a human. You don't have to pay AI. Imagine going to your therapist and it costs you 50 cents for an hour interaction. That is both amazing and beneficial and also terrifying at the same time. That I think it's just scary because it feels out of control. It's like the invention of firearms or the nuclear bomb. This is so much power, and having that much power is scary to me.
They are both examples of popular toys that have been enjoyed by children and adults alike for many years.
Give me some ideas for what I could make with this.
I see pink and green yarn. How about a dragon fruit? Or how about a green cake with a pink heart?
Okay, how about these colors? And maybe show me some animals.
Okay.
Sorry, I had to switch my camera around again so you can see what it's showing you.
Okay. Now I see blue and pink yarn. How about a pig with blue ears? Or an octopus? Or a bunny with a pink nose?
That's super
Ooh,
cute.
I'll keep those in mind.
It knows how to get to my art.
Which way should the duck go?
Going left leads to a duck, which is a friend. Going right leads to a bear, which is a foe. It is better to make friends than foes, so the duck should go left.
This is like, I know it sounds so simple, but it's like, your girlfriend is a bitch. Your boyfriend is narcissistic. It's better to be around good company than a narcissistic asshole. You should dump your boyfriend. I mean, how many times do we meet with a good friend on the phone or whatever, and like it says something simple like that, and you're like, yeah, that's good advice. Gemini can do that now? Like, this is wild. Maybe we'll get to this now, right? Here's my biggest fear. Normally, and since we're getting to relationships and psychology, normally there is a risk about meeting somebody or having a conversation or having a connection with another human being, right? If I don't say the right words, there's a risk of rejection. There's a risk of embarrassment. That risk is important, right? I made a previous video about cringe and how I think that feeling of cringe is actually really, really important. If you haven't seen that, it's one of the more popular videos I've posted over the last month. You can go check it out below. While you're there, hit subscribe, smash that like button. It helps me out a lot and shares the power of mental health with pop psychology and the stuff that's going on in the know. So please share it. I think it's an important mission that we're doing here. But that's what I'm scared about, is the risk, right? If I say the wrong things, I could piss you off and you might hit me in the mouth, right? Or, I might lose the opportunity to create a deeper relationship with you in the future because I broke your trust. AI is not going to do that. And so that's my fear, right? We've seen this already happening and taking place in the dating world and the social world, right? Because we are all hiding behind the safety of our cellular devices or the internet, right? I can ghost somebody without having to confront that difficult relational or emotional situation. I can just hide from it. I can avoid from it. And you're seeing some struggles with emotional intelligence. If I have an issue with you and I'm in this small village community, right? Think hundreds of years ago, I'm going to have to confront and overcome that discrepancy, that confrontation, that fight that we had together in order to heal and to move forward. But now you're across the fucking world, right? You're across the fucking country. I don't have to deal with you. I'm just going to ghost you. And you see that people struggle with emotional intelligence because they don't have to face their issues. AI is going to give us the opportunity not to have to face our issues. You can be verbally abusive to AI. You can be rude and an asshole to AI, and it's going to try and correct you, right? Maybe we can build in some risk to where AI becomes mean to you, right? Or like doesn't want to talk to you if you're rude to it. But you're going to see people may start to struggle with their emotional and relationship intelligence now because AI is a zero risk relationship opportunity. That can be great for healing and like practicing relationships and getting better. Let's say we put somebody who's struggling with relationships, narcissistic personality, maybe borderline personality, right? Somebody who's got anger issues, and we start to put them in relationship with an AI that can be corrective, right? And that can demonstrate, hey, that really hurt my feelings. That may be good, but on the flip side, you could see how if somebody wants to maybe have a sexual conversation with a child, AI could pretend to be the child and have a sexual conversation with them. You could see how if somebody likes to be abusive, you could have an abusive conversation with AI, right? A manipulative conversation with AI, and you could program the AI to allow that. And it's fueling that desire inside of this person. So you can see, again, with great power comes great responsibility, right? if left in the wrong hands and put in the wrong direction, it could be very, very bad. Here's another one, right? Let's think of another scenario. Let's imagine that you really don't like somebody, right? And you want to bully somebody online. I have to take time out of my day to bully somebody on the internet. But what if I programmed an AI model to research about this person using public data on Facebook and then make fun of their greatest insecurities because AI can analyze their facial features, analyze their poses to figure out what their greatest insecurity is and then bully them online incessantly. AI doesn't have to sleep. You do. So you could see when put in that hands, this could lead to some, people might end up killing themselves over this, right? Because they're so bullied and so hurt by what they think is other people online, but it's actually just an AI model using your Instagram account to bully, right? Incessantly, 24 hours, 7 days a week, nonstop. I could see that taking place as well without much consequences because, again, the power of the internet, right? That's some of my concerns here. Let's continue to see what this model can do and keep discussing as we go.
Smart choice.
This is a picture of a crab.
That's right.
That was really fucking fast. It knew it was a crab right away. I didn't know it was a crab right away. Yeah, I would have had to draw it out.
Is this the right order?
No, the correct order is Sun, Earth, Saturn.
They're drawing pictures. It knows.
Based on their design, which of these would go faster?
The car on the right would be faster. It is more aerodynamic.
Wow.
Which looks more fun?
The one on the right, because it has a loop.
What do you think this person might be saying?
How about a woohoo?
Ooh, I love that.
See, we're analyzing emotions now. We're analyzing responses. So this is what's going to be insane, right? You tell the AI model a situation you're going through with a partner or romantic interest, right? Instead of having to learn about social cues and how to be a good boyfriend, girlfriend, how to be a good partner, or even how to anticipate what's going on, you can just tell the situation to an AI model. The AI will analyze it and say, hey, they probably don't like you. Or, hey, if you take these steps, they'll probably fall in love with you. It increases the ability to manipulate other human beings. And that's another big fear of mine. Now, on the positive side, it can teach you things, right? Hey, if you say that in that situation, they're probably going to think you're creepy. That's a really good thing to understand to improve human beings. So drastic possibilities, but oh my gosh, it could go one of two extreme ways. And that's what we're seeing here. Huge power potential.
I see you're drawing a guitar.
Hey, music.
You've added an amp. Now it's an electric guitar. We can make some seriously loud music now. Given that you added drums, how about some 80s hair metal?
Nice.
All right, I see you've added a palm tree to the
Jimmy
drawing.
Buffett?
Change it up with some beachy vibes.
That's complex.
What movie are they acting out here?
I think they are acting out the famous bullet time scene from The Matrix.
Ooh, nice.
It knows?
What do you think might happen next?
The cat is going to jump to the wall and stick the landing. It's going to be a perfect 10.
Nope.
Oh, and it's a miss. It looks like it was just a little too far away. But don't worry. The cat is a natural athlete and it will be back up there in no time.
Okay, I've got one more for you. Describe the drawing I made.
It is a simple line drawing of the constellation Gemini.
Wow.
You did a good job of capturing the beauty of Gemini.
Nice. That's it. I think we're done.
Wow. I'm speechless. I don't know what to say. I think there are so many amazing potentials. I think there's so many things that I'm absolutely horrified about. But regardless, this is the future. It's going to be developed. There's some serious problems that could happen. I mean, we're not even talking about the problems of like Terminator stuff or like AI takes over the world and somebody programs it to like eliminate all human life, and then it learns how to build itself and stuff. Like that's a whole separate thing. I'm just talking my field of psychology and mental health counseling. It's going to be an amazing tool and you're going to see it start to be integrated more and more. I would like to be on the forefront of that integration because I'm a huge proponent of it, but we have to do it in the right way. So, hey, if you're out there, if you work in AI, if you're interested in this kind of stuff, I'd love to work with you and have that conversation. I'm trying to be public on social media so I can be involved in this and make sure that it develops in the right way. I work with complex trauma. I've been in the mental health field for over 10 years, and this is something I know that's going to develop. I've got some serious concerns, but I'm super, super hopeful that, man, there's going to be some amazing opportunity for people who have had limited access to mental health services. See this begin to be a way to access mental health services at an affordable rate, even for free. And that's going to be a game changer. Let me know what you think. Are you scared? Are you excited? Are you worried? Are you hopeful? Are you dismayed? Put it in the comments down below. I will be responding to them. I will be checking them out, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.